FNaF World, a game that is hated upon by most and loved by very few. I personally adore this game, but why does the majority of the fanbase hate it? In today's video, we will dive deep down into the history of this game and see why things turned out the way they are now. Now, let's take a look at the pre- and post-release stages of this game. So sometime after FNaF 4 was released, Scott posted an image with most of the animatronics from the previous games with a thank you text. People thought this would be a send-off to the series, but with time the image changed, with more and more characters getting replaced by adorable little counterparts. Eventually all of the animatronics got replaced with their FNaF World variants, and the text from thank you would change to FNaF World, and a bottom text would appear saying coming 2016. Later on, a trailer for it would release. Funny how it starts unsettling and then turns into a joyful experience. On the 21st of January 2016, FNaF World released, and it costed $10, which is more than the previous games. Some people thought this was a troll game, but it wasn't. The reception was very poor due to it not being a horror game, instead being an RPG. Also, another part of the poor reception was that the game was unpolished and unfinished. The biggest example of this is the overworld being 8-bit instead of 3D. Scott saw the disappointment in the fandom and decided to take a very honorable move. He refunded all the people who bought it and posted a finished version on GameJolt for free. Now update 2 of FNaF World got a similar image teaser with Halloween characters appearing on it and a bottom text saying update 2 coming soon, which was later replaced with a release date of May 13th, 2016. Update 2 was a bit more positively received, but still wasn't enough. Since this is an RPG, the gameplay is very different compared to the rest of the FNaF games. You can still change the difficulty of the game, change your party or choose a fixated party which you will use for the entirety of the game. You can walk around the overworld, explore different biomes, while you encounter different enemies. Each biome has a different set of enemies. You can also randomly encounter your animatronic friends. If you beat them up real good, they will join your roster. Other characters, like the ones from Update 2, can only be obtained by doing certain things in their corresponding minigame. Bosses also appear. The difference between them and the normal enemies is that they have a health bar and are a lot more harder. From successfully won battles, you get EXP to level up your team, so their attacks get stronger. Each character has some special attack, some heal, damage or stun. You also get coins from victories, which you can use to buy bytes. You buy the bytes from Lowbits shops around the world, and each serves a different purpose. Some are more on the offense, another on the defense. Then you have chips, which are buffs for your roster. They each vary in abilities. There are glitch worlds, one which gets more and more distorted the deeper you go, and the other where you are in the overworld, but you can walk over objects. Now, the minigames. Some are fun and enjoyable, others are full of annoyance, hatred and anger. Freddy in Space is a fun one. Foxy Fighters is enjoyable, besides this part.
You won't get tired of my voice, will you? You won't get tired of my voice, will you? You won't get tired of my voice, will you? You won't get tired of my voice, will you?
Foxy.exe is a beautiful parody of those Sonic.exe games, but here you have to run from cats. I'm not joking, literal cats. Oh, but then we have Chica's Magic Rainbow. This is the pure manifestation of a rage-inducing hellhole. No one likes this minigame, and if you do, you're clearly a psychopath. The game has a lot of endings. You've got the Old Man Consequences ending, the normal ending by beating Security Owl on the easiest difficulty, the Anim Dude ending where you have to beat the game on hard difficulty, Chipper's Revenge one where you have to defeat the Chipper boss, the Clock ending where you collect all the clocks thanks to Fredbear's secret dialogue. The world ends one, where you have to use Fredbear as your team's leader. The rainbow ending, where you have to kill the rainbow under 3 minutes. All of these give you trophies, but two other trophies that are not an ending are catching the pearl from Dee Dee's lake 5 times and obtaining all the characters except the Halloween roster. The sound design in this game is so cool. The sound effects during battles could get a little bit overwhelming due to a lot of them going off at the same time. The soundtracks are all amazing, some are more chill, others are more energetic. Also, this is the first FNaF game to have voice actors besides Scott. Also, funny fact, the rainbow is voiced by Jimmy Neutron. If you don't believe me, go ahead, look it up. So in terms of lore and story, this game doesn't have much and doesn't contribute to the grand scheme of things. There are some parts that connect to the grand lore of the franchise. For example, the clock ending has a connection to the Fredbear plush because of the lines "I will put you back together," and also each of the clock minigames are hinted in FNaF 3. Also, the odd image after the Old Mind Consequence ending could have something to do with the lore, but to this day it's very out of place. Some think it's an angel, others think it's Scott and his kids. And I almost forgot, we get a teaser for FNaF Sister Location by the introduction of Baby after she kills Deskman. Well, there's not a lot to talk about here. Most of the characters are dumbed down and cute versions of their previous killer selves. Except Nightmare BB, I guess some things cannot be made cute. There are some completely new animatronics as well. Endo Plush is a cuter version of our classic endoskeleton. One Time Foxy, no, not that one. Yes, this one is a fixed version of Mango. We also saw Spring Bonnie and Fredbear for the first time in a non-8-bit version. For some weird reason, Spring Bonnie has feminine characteristics. Also, we have characters that reference some old games that Scott made. Those are Coffee and Chipper. All of the enemies and bosses are original to this game as well, or take inspiration from some of Scott's old games. Well, FNaF World isn't really a horror game, so there are barely any, but we still have the ones from the Foxy.exe minigame. FNaF World got a lot of backlash at the beginning, but after a few years people started to love it. Most YouTubers didn't play the game since it wasn't a traditional FNaF game, but Dalko did, even though he was in a hospital bed. There were a lot less theories, animations and songs for this game though. Also, some psychopaths made speedruns on the Chica's Magic Rainbow minigame. Nah, but for real, Godspeed for a world record of 59 seconds. In conclusion, I think this is a good addition to the series. Most people hate it, but I adore it. I love the gameplay, the designs, the music, everything.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
I don't know, I might be blinded by nostalgia. If you want, you can tell me your opinion on the game or fill in stuff that I missed. Just don't start a war in the comments, okay? That's all from me, bye for now and have a nice day.